¿Qué pasó, familia? Yankar Gonzalez por acá, músico, trombonista. Primero que todo, dar las gracias, dar la bienvenida a este mi canal. No sé si recuerdan, la semana pasada les dije que íbamos a traer contenido nuevo, contenido diferente de otros instrumentos. Hoy les tengo una persona que yo le tengo mucho aprecio, mucha estima, le tengo mucha admiración y mucho respeto. Es un excelente músico, un excelentísimo trompetista. Es una persona que te hace sentir como si fueras un hermano, una persona muy acogedora y una persona que yo le tengo mucho cariño. Bueno, sin más preámbulos, hoy le tengo un invitado súper especial. Felix DeLeon, o como se diría en español, Felix DeLeon. Rápido. Muchos de los invitados, como este, van a hablar en inglés. ¿Por qué? Porque les es mucho más fácil a ellos expresarse y enseñar en inglés. Pero ustedes no se preocupen porque yo lo tengo todo pensado. Así que no se preocupen. Váyanse para donde dice C, cliquen ahí y ahí van a tener la traducción en español, lo cual ustedes van a poder ir leyendo al mismo tiempo que él va hablando. Siéntense tranquilos, relájense y disfruten.
Hello, my name is Felix DeLeon, and I'm a trumpet player from Houston, Texas. First off, I want to thank Yankar Gonzalez for inviting me to come out and talk about a couple of things that I do. I know that I've watched the videos and I've seen the things he does, and I know y'all talk about improvisation. So when Yankar reached out to me about coming here and explaining some of the things I do, I told him that I had a couple of tips that I could probably share with you guys. Nothing complicated, keeping it real simple. But of course, in improvisation, 2-5-1 chord progressions are everywhere. And it's one of those things where it's something you need to know how to move around, especially when you see it on a song, plus create ideas that will work on that. But I have an exercise that I do kind of on a daily basis, or as much as I can, to just move around those 2-5-1 chord progressions. So what I do is I pick a 2 chord in that 2-5-1 progression. So for example, let's say that's D minor, and the 2, and G would be the 5, and we're going to C. So what I do is I work on a line playing on the 2, which is D minor, to the G, which is a G7, and resolve on the C major. Once I resolve on the C major, I use that C major and turn that into the minor 2 chord for B flat. So now I'm in C minor, going to the F7, going to the B flat major. And then of course, now that I'm on B flat, I use that B flat as a minor 2 chord going to A flat. So now I'm on B flat minor, going to E flat 7 to resolve it on the A flat major. So for instance, this is what I do. You don't have to be real complicated. Eventually your vocabulary and some of the things you can do will grow. And I'm still trying to grow. I'm still trying to get there. We all are. But trying to outline the chords and opening up your ears to know where it needs to go will help with your phrasing, will help with your lines, and help with your resolution into those 2-5-1 chords. Okay. So for instance, I'm going to do the D minor to the G7 to the C, and then I'll do the C minor to the F7, resolving it to the B flat. Okay. So now that I'm on B flat major, I'm going to resolve that or turn that into the minor 2 going to A flat. So we're on B flat minor going to E flat 7. I'm going to resolve it to the A flat. And so what I did there is when I resolved into A flat major, again, I made that A flat to the 2, minor 2, going to the 5, and resolving it into the F sharp. So this practice, doing it over and over, it's kind of, just a pattern. Right now, the way the pattern is working out is it's going into more of like a whole step. I'm trying to resolve the C major, and then I'm trying to resolve the B flat major, and then I'm resolving the A flat major, F sharp major, E major, D major, right? And then now we're back to C. So those are going to be in whole steps. So what you do to alternate that is you want to resolve, if you want to resolve on a easier key instead of resolving on C sharp major, start on E flat, then C sharp, B, A major, G, but just resolve those 2-5-1s every time you get to the major. Just switch it. You can do that through your practice time, or you can do that after you've practiced for the day, or if you just want to work on that, you can also make some simple tracks to play along to with just doing those those 2-5-1 chord progressions, and it'll just help. So whenever you see a song and you're playing a song and you'll see those 2-5-1 chord progressions, you'll start realizing it immediately when you see it, and you'll recognize it and be like, oh, like I've worked on that. So a lot of times, people ask me, what do I practice? What do I work on? My answer every time is like, we all know what we struggle with. We all know what we have a hard time doing or what we're not good at. Those are the things you work on. For me, resolving into certain chord progressions, I might struggle with that. So I always try to do these exercises so that way I can just get into autopilot and I know exactly what I want to do and I'm confident. So what it does is when I improvise, it makes it easier for me and it makes it clearer where I don't have to overthink it because I've worked it out. Now, one of the main keys is obviously you want to practice doing these 2-5-1 progressions and work on things, but you also want to do things that you hear, whatever you're hearing, whatever line or whatever resolution note you want to land on, you start working on that so you can build your own vocabulary. You listen to other players, obviously that's great. You're listening to me, maybe you'll take one of these ideas, that's great. But start realizing what you can do to get your own sound and sing it as well. You can sing some of the stuff, boo boo doo boo doo boo doo 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 doo. You'll be like, man, I really like the way that sounds. You work it out, and then now you have it. And then if you work it out in all these other keys, then you have it in every key, so you can always use it whenever you need it. So it's always good to know what you want to play. You want to be very precise on what you're going to play. You don't want to guess. You don't want to second guess and hope, oh man, I hope I land on the right note, or I hope I hit that chord change. Just, again, if it's something that you're not great at, if it's something that you need to work on, then you got to practice it. That's just the way it is. But these simple things that you can do with these exercises really helps you open up your ears and kind of give you an idea of what you want to do. And again, it's just like any other thing. You're running through it. So whenever you have an opportunity to improvise, or you're reading a new song, or you're at a jam session, or you're anywhere where you have an opportunity to solo, you won't feel like you've never worked on it because you have been working on it, and it'll help you. So I hope this helps you guys. And like I said, just keep practicing. And the more you do it, the better it'll be. And I wish you guys good luck. Thank you.
Entonces nada, familia, espero que hayan disfrutado la clase, espero que hayan aprendido, espero que hayan tocado, que hayan analizado, en fin, espero que salgan súper emocionados y con ganas de seguir estudiando y seguir creciendo. Suscríbete, toca la campanita para que te den todas las notificaciones y que el canal siga creciendo para que más músicos como tú se sigan beneficiando. Entonces nada, señores, los quiero, que tengan un lindo fin de semana. Yankar Gonzalez se despide. Nos vemos la próxima semana.